The only thing that matters is what they feel and how much they feel.
Alan Rickman, Eye in the Sky, and Alice Through the Looking Glass.
You've been gone too long, Alice. And he will be gone before long.
Who will be gone? What has happened?
Severus Snape is Alan Rickman's most recognizable role, but the actor almost didn't see the character through to the end. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2005 and continued fighting the disease until the following January. With filming for Order of the Phoenix on the horizon, Rickman considered dropping his part to recover, but ultimately decided it was better to finish what he'd started.
In these lessons, I will attempt to penetrate your mind. You will attempt to resist. Prepare yourself.
He continued acting throughout the next decade before being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. Only those closest to him were told about his condition as he continued work on Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Your Alice, of course.
Absalom?
The film, released posthumously, was dedicated in Rickman's memory, alongside Eye in the Sky, a politically charged thriller that became his last live-action performance. Pete Postlethwaite, Inception. Smoking had been a part of Pete Postlethwaite's life since he was 10 years old, and the dependency ultimately cost him his life in 2011.
Director Steven Spielberg called him the best actor in the world. British actor Pete Postlethwaite has died.
He had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer just a year and a half prior and continued working right up until the end. Among his last films were Ben Affleck's The Town, for which he received a posthumous BAFTA nomination, and Christopher Nolan's Inception. Arguably the more well-known of the two films, Inception is also notable for its eerily prescient imagery of the deceased actor. Postlethwaite plays the sickly father of Cillian Murphy's character and ultimately dies over the course of the film. The toll the actor's real-life disease had taken on his body is especially apparent in this performance.
How is he? I don't want to bother him unnecessarily, but there are some...
Vincent Price, Edward Scissorhands.
It is so easy to commit embarrassing blunders, but etiquette tells us just what is expected of us and guards us from all humiliation and discomfort.
Some of the best scenes of Tim Burton's gothic fantasy Edward Scissorhands are of Edward learning from his inventor in their shared mansion. The inventor is, of course, played by horror legend Vincent Price.
When asked, will they tear, he replied, here and there, but they keep such a beautiful shape.
The distinctive actor was a lifelong favorite of Burton's, whom he befriended while working on his appropriately titled short film, Vincent. Unfortunately, Price was suffering from a combination of a progressive lung disease and Parkinson's at the time of filming Scissorhands, making the shoot particularly difficult.
I know it's a little early for Christmas, Edward, but I have a present for you.
His schedule was shortened, and the film would be the last he worked on before succumbing to lung cancer in 1993. Yusaka Matsuda, Black Rain.
Here I am, Nick! Here! Almost as near as when you let Charlie die!
While many actors have chosen to work through their illnesses throughout the years, Yusaka Matsuda is one of the few to decline treatment in the pursuit of a perfect performance. The Japanese actor was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 1988, but refused chemotherapy under the belief that it would negatively impact his work in the then upcoming film, Black Rain. His condition, unsurprisingly, worsened throughout the shoot, and by the time filming had wrapped, the cancer had spread to his spine and lungs. Matsuda's performance in the film as the villainous Koji Sato is spine-chillingly electric, but it's hard not to wonder how many more years we may have had with him had he gotten the help he needed. Pedro Armendariz, From Russia with Love.
Quite a place you've got here. The Emperor Constantine built it as a reservoir 1,600 years ago.
Before taking on a role in From Russia with Love, Pedro Armendariz played Jamuga in the historical drama The Conqueror. The film is believed to have played a significant role in his death, having been filmed less than 200 miles from Nevada's nuclear testing site. Armendariz had terminal neck cancer, which resulted in a great deal of pain during filming.
Oh, why I stay in this mad business?
Although it could be that you find selling rugs a bore.
My friend, you should be a mind reader.
In spite of the excruciating symptoms, he continued to work, with the cast and crew going to great lengths to ensure that his scenes were shot first. Sadly, things eventually became too much, leading the actor to take his own life.
I no longer please you.
Be still.
Jason Robards, Magnolia.
I don't want to do this. Sit here.
I can see the things, you know.
When discussing Magnolia, writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson has cited his father's fight against cancer as the inspiration for the character of Earl Partridge. He wrote the part with Jason Robards in mind, who would later refer to the role as prophetic, saying it was just so right for him to bring what he knew to it.
I can't hold out of this any longer.
It's a harrowing performance, made all the more real by Robards' unique life experience. The actor ostensibly had lung cancer himself at the time, a disease which would be the cause of his death just a year after the film's release.
Earl. You don't look that bad.
Spencer Tracy, guess who's coming to dinner?
This has been a very strange day. I don't think that's putting it too strongly. I might even say it's been an extraordinary day.
At the 1967 Academy Awards, Katharine Hepburn was awarded Best Actress for her role in the landmark interracial rom-com, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. In spite of the accolades, Hepburn never saw her famous film in full. This is because it was a notoriously taxing endeavor for her partner and co-star Spencer Tracy, who was suffering from a number of ailments including pulmonary edema and type 2 diabetes.
How are you? What's the matter? You having a chill?
No, darling, I'm fine.
The pair powered through his worst days, motivated by the importance of the subject matter at the film's heart. It's even rumored that Hepburn's tears during Tracy's speech at the end of the film are her own, moved by the doubly relevant sentiment that true love can endure all.
And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that your son feels for my daughter that I didn't feel for Christina.
John Cassell, the deer hunter.
This is not it! Definitely, this is not it! They changed
No
it.
kidding.
Somehow they changed it.
Even if the name John Cassell doesn't ring a bell right away, you'll definitely recognize him from the Godfather movies, among some other big titles. The actor's short-lived career consisted of just 5 feature-length films, but every single one went on to be nominated for Best Picture. With such a great track record, it should come as no surprise that he was a beloved figure of the film industry. Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep, Cassell's partner, were 2 of his loyal supporters.
You know, he wasn't like anybody I'd ever met. It was the specificity of him and his sort of humanity.
De Niro even paid the insurance costs necessary for Cassell to be cast in The Deer Hunter, in spite of a terminal cancer diagnosis. The late actor gives an outstanding final performance in the film, although he sadly wouldn't live to see it himself.
Hey, Stash. I said no.
What, you gonna shoot me? Huh? Here.
Raul Julia, Street Fighter.
You'll have a perfect soldier.
You mean a perfect killer?
Let's not quibble over definition.
An accomplished bilingual stage and film actor, it may come as a surprise that Raul Julia's final theatrical film was a critically panned action film based on the Street Fighter video games, but it all makes sense once you hear his reason for signing on.
I was hoping to face Guile personally on the battlefield. One gentleman warrior to another.
The Puerto Rican actor had secretly been living with stomach cancer and wanted to take on the role of General M. Bison as a tribute to his kids, who were big fans of the game series. In spite of his weakened state and a tight stunt schedule, Julia gave one of the film's best performances.
Why settle for mere money? After I defeat the AN, what if I were to share the country with you?
Chadwick Boseman, Various. The world was shocked when Chadwick Boseman was pronounced dead in August of 2020.
While working through his pain, he eased it for others, giving comfort at the bedside to children battling cancer.
We all have a superhero in us.
Unbeknownst to anyone but his family and closest confidants, the actor had been living with colon cancer throughout the majority of his career. He was diagnosed in 2016, the same year he made his debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Captain America: Civil War.
Task force will decide who brings in Barnes.
Don't bother, Miss Romanoff. I'll kill him myself.
Although the severity of his struggle with cancer is unknown, the effects of the disease never seem to impact the results of his phenomenal work. His multi-film performance as T'Challa meant a lot to many, while his roles in films like Da 5 Bloods and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom further proved his strength and versatility as an actor.
Chadwick was an artist, someone who was willing to leave his vanity, his ego, everything at the door and serve the character.
Which of these final performances made the biggest impact on you? Let us know in the comments.
Wakanda forever! Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.